Greetings and blessings, greetings and more blessings coming to you live from the upper room of Sunkofa. I wanted to come on and give a brief message in regards to the displaying of emotions. Now, there are some emotions that perhaps needs to be somewhat harnessed, okay? Harnessed and we probably need to be more mindful of those emotions, such as anger, um, rage, things of that nature, emotions of that nature. But I'm not here to talk about anger, the emotions of anger and rage, and anything that is the offspring of those two emotions that I've mentioned. I'm here to talk about the emotions that people may display when they're sad or when they are trying to cope with some type of hurt. And not only I bring this up simply because I had an experience, and me, life is always teaching me, and every experience that I have is a teaching moment for me. I am the student when it comes to life experiences. But when I had this experience where a person, they would get very sensitive about something. This individual would get very sensitive about something and they would cry. And it really made me feel very, very awkward because I'm not used to, I wasn't used to someone displaying their emotions in that capacity openly. Okay. I've always been taught to hold my emotions and go somewhere and go somewhere and let them out. However, and I'm not going to say that one way is better than the other. It's just a matter of preference. It's a matter of what feels good to you or what feels free to you. But this is one thing that I want to say, simply because I've had this experience and I looked at it from a different angle. If someone is in your presence and perhaps they are talking about something that is very painful for them to talk about, or they're very sensitive towards, and they start crying, it is not your responsibility nor your duty to discount or devalue their emotions. It's better to allow them to express themselves freely. If they're not hurting or harming anyone or themselves, it is better to allow them to express themselves freely and openly. You can do more harm to a person psychologically if you shut them down every time they want to express their emotions. Case in point, when I'm in front of somebody and they start crying, I feel awkward. Now, psychologically, to me, that's abnormal. Psychologically, because I was not taught that way. But I'm saying today, that's what I call a block on my own emotions. Because at some point in a person's life, you have to get to a place where you have to allow yourself to become vulnerable in front of people. You have to allow yourself to be open and naked in that, and this is where men have an issue. They're not openly expressive when it comes to their emotions. They don't share tears. They don't share their emotions. It's easier for them to express anger versus to be vulnerable. And I have to say this, it's not just them, it's women too. Because I am one of those women. It is easy for me to express my frustration or disappointment or discontent towards something versus to be vulnerable and say, oh, you really, really hurt my feelings, and become very sorrowful of it, very hurtful, and you can see it. Yes, this this has got to stop, because vulnerability is not a weak thing. Really, it's a freeing thing. It is a thing in which an ability that we have to allow ourselves to be freer. Because when you open up and you allow yourself to open up in regards to your emotions, you just let down all barriers, and you cry in front of this person, or you let this person know how you feel. You let them know how you feel. You are actually freeing yourself from the blockages that you have within yourself. And a lot of times you don't even realize you have blocks. You don't even realize that you have blockages within your energy field. Okay. Now, if you're sick, if you are going through an illness of some sort and you're not feeling well, then perhaps you need to tap into the energy perspective of who you are to correct that error. Okay? Because every sickness begins within the energetic field of an individual. As a Reiki master teacher, we tap into the energy and we sort the discord out within the energy field of that individual. Okay? So I just had to come on and express this experience that I had in regards to emotions and one sharing their emotions. Sometimes you have to allow yourself to be vulnerable. Sometimes you have to allow yourself, give yourself permission to be naked and not ashamed or unashamed in front of an individual, by letting them know how you feel and what you're feeling. Now, in this situation that I had, this is what I've come to, this is what I have concluded, is that because, and I'm losing my thought, because I discounted this person's emotions and I devalued, I basically said, don't do that. That's what I said. Don't do that. You should, there's a time and a place, there's a time and a place for all that. But what I was doing is projecting onto that person my own blocks or blockages, errors in which I have within myself. Which I have within myself. But when I came to myself to realize that I was in error, I was in fault when I did this to this person, I not only lose my blockages, but I also lose this other person's blockages, wherever they are, because energy does transfer. It does transfer. And because we are connected, you can transfer energy. You can send love to a person. You can send the word to a person. You can send light and love to a person, and it will lift them up. Try singing that song. It's an old church song that we used to sing. Love lifted me. Love lifted me. Love lifted me. When nothing else could help, love lifted me. That is one powerful and profound song. That's a powerful hymn, because it displays and it gives you the opportunity to demonstrate and to exhibit the power of love. The power of love. I'll say this to anyone, and I've come through a lot of things in my life, and I have to say this. There is nothing else in this world real but love. Love is the divine reality of all that is. All that is. All that is. This is why you can have all the gifts, You can have all the accolades. You can do so much, so many deeds. But if you have not love in your heart for the people in which you do for, a stranger, a poor, a person who is homeless, a baby who is sick, a battered woman, a alcoholic, a prostitute, if you don't have love for those people, even a rich man, my President Trump, if you don't have love, just pure unconditional love for those people, all the other stuff that you have that you think is top notch is absolutely nothing. It is naught. It is nothing. And you have not you know not yourself. You know not yourself. You know what you can do. You know what you can have. You have the ability to do, but you know not yourself because you think not right. Your thinking is not right, and it does not come from a place of good reasoning. So I just want to come on and say a few words, and since I don't have to show my face, I'm going to try to do this more often and send these things to send these little snippets of my messages to YouTube, and tell me what you think. If you like it, if you don't like it, even if you don't like it, hey, even if you don't like it, you still like it to me, because at the end of the day, everything is the same to me. There's a oneness that I see. There's a oneness that I see. If you hate a person, you're doing nothing but loving them, but you loving them in a different degree. So let's move towards love a little bit more, huh? Let's move towards love and liking each other a little bit more, okay? And loving on each other and enjoying the presence of one another and enjoying the expressions of one another and how people express themselves. And I want to say this too, because for me, whenever the universe teaches me things, most of the time I have to come back and confess my faults. You know, forgive me of my trespasses, and I ask those who I've trespassed against to forgive me. I don't know if I said that right or not, but nevertheless, you get my point. This is what I'm saying, is that just because someone looks different, they act different than you do, it only means that is a different aspect of the divine expressing itself. So when you judge that person, and I have been at fault with this, when you judge that person and you judge that person based on the appearance of what you see, you are judging the divine that is within them. And the divine that is within them is perfect. Therefore, whatever you see is perfect as well. Whatever you see is perfect as well. That's why it is said, it is written, judge not lest you be judged. And it's not that somebody is going to come up and judge you. The law itself is going to judge you. The law itself is going to judge you. It's called the law of cause and effect. That's what it's called. Okay. So let's sow good seeds so that we can reap good seeds. And, you know, I work on this daily. I am so full of love, but there are a lot of kinks and crinks that I have to work out here and there. And I'm so grateful that I have the opportunity to do that and share those growing moments, because I love growing, elevating, and expanding. So with that, I say to you all, be blessed, stay focused, stay in the light. And if you get time, go over to TalkShoe.com, look up The Upper Room of Sankofa Talk Show, and check me out and tell me what you think about my message. Be well. Namaste.